on the board. Let's say hello to the Cappers. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much, Tony. Can't complain. 5-3 day yesterday. How about them Suns? So they open a can of whoop ass on them Sparks. Woo. But not a bad day in baseball. Can't complain. Like I said, any winning day is a good day. On to the next. That's what we do here. Daily grind, making a couple bucks every day. Just think those winning days, they add up. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that it is. It's daily grind. Like I said, a lot of volume in baseball is what we're covering. Jorge, and of course, I know you and I both are following the Dodgers, man. But I said this yesterday, man. I'm really concerned about this bullpen.
Oh yeah, no, it's all their whole pitching staff. I'm concerned with their trainer, man. The last 2 years has just been crazy. Do these guys even stretch when they get to the damn stadium? I mean, it's so bad now. You can't even do that. But no, yeah, horrible luck these guys have had, especially the pitching staff for the last 2 years for the Dodgers. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen so many pitchers go down.
Yeah, that's true. We saw a little bit of it with the Angels the last 10 years. They've had really bad luck, but they just got bad quality players now. But
there's a difference, though. I mean, when you're one of the best teams in the league, and if your starter is there, maybe you win the World Series.
Yeah,
you don't even know who your third. You don't even have a legitimate third starter. Like they've had over the last couple of years in some scenarios. That's devastating.
Oh yeah, that's no doubt about devastating. I mean, to this degree, not even close to what the Angels went through with their bad luck past 10 years.
And then the bullpen's overworked, and so now that's what happens. You get an overworked bullpen, and you get what you got last night. I went to bed. It was 3-1. I got up and was like, oh, what? There's over.
No, as those bats get, I've said that all year long because of the pitching staff. If they get half of the lineup going, you could blindly do the over because it just, they're going to get it. I did well with my best bet Philly on the run line. I got a little greedy. At the last second, I switched off my Arizona over to the Marlins because it was plus 90. It's like the highest run line I've seen. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Edgar Martinez took over as the batting coach for the Seattle Mariners 2 weeks ago. Since then, they've been averaging 7 runs a game. So if they keep putting those low numbers on Seattle, even though I lost, that is the spot to be on, guys. He's got that whole team hitting. And remember, dude, if he's in that Tony Gwynn category. He's like a poor man's Tony Gwynn. That guy can hit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I can see his enthusiasm in coaching. Making a team that was bat like 215, 220 exaggeration all year long to all of a sudden cranking out runs, and 2 out of the last 3 games were double-digit runs, averaging 11 hits over the last 10 games. He's making a difference over there in Seattle.
Yep. Well, we just got to see where they can get those bats, how it flies in Seattle at home. That has been the issue there. They had a really good road trip where they were just pounding the baseball. So let's go ahead and get started here with this baseball card here. 15 games today. We got some of the W. So we'll get started here with the Marlins, Pirates, Guardians, White Sox, Mets, Blue Jays. We started off with Rod.
So let's go. Marlins, Pirates, Mets, Blue Jays. What was the last one? Cleveland, White Sox?
White Sox, Cleveland, and then Mets, Blue Jays.
Yeah, Mets, Blue Jays, Marlins, Pirates. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at that Cleveland Guardians and White Sox game. That poor White Sox. They lost 23 straight at home now, I think it is. And that number is not going to get any better. You look against Matt Boyd on the mound for the Guardians, and man, he's been pitching well. Sporting a 2.2 ERA. Definitely been solid on the mound for the Guardians. But you look against the White Sox, it's funny, his last 3 head-to-head versus the White Sox, he's lost all 3. But that was with Detroit. You look at the Guardians, definitely the bats have been alive and doing enough to get them wins. White Sox just not hitting lefties. They used to be a solid team against lefties. Now hitting sub 200 against lefties. I believe it's $147 versus left-hand pitching over the last 10. So I lean to an under 8 in that one. Lean to the Guardians as well, but give me the under 8, Cleveland and the White Sox. And the Marlins, give me the Marlins here versus Pittsburgh. I'm not a Bailey Falter guy. Bailey Falter.
He falters.
He falters, all right. Yeah, definitely falters. But the funny thing is when he pitches, he gives up 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs over his last 3 starts, but they still got 2 wins. So they score runs when Bailey Falter's been on the mound.
Huge
like
runs.
crazy runs support. This guy's not good, but he just, it seems that the team equates to wins. So for me in this one, I like the over. I think I talked myself into the over. I like the I was fading Bailey Falter, and then I looked and was like, look at this. Look at all these runs that he gets when he pitches. So you just talked myself right into the over in that one. Got to go with the over Marlins in Pittsburgh. I still lean the Marlins, even though he does give up the runs against the run support. I think we see both teams get some runs, and Marlins pull one out late.
There we go from Rob. We move on to Jorge.
I'm not even going to touch the Cleveland White Sox game, man. I mean, that's just ridiculous. The numbers are out of whack. It's so bad they got a 2.5 run line number up instead of a 1.5. That's enough to make me not even want to look at it. Pirates and Marlins, two teams out of it, but don't tell them. They show up to play every game, regardless. They're trying to win games, as shown by the Pirates over the last few games. But I'm gonna steal Tony's thunder here before he gets it. This is an overworked bullpen. They've had to. Dallas Chapman's pitched 3 out of the last 4 days. It reminded me of one of the best pitching performances we'll ever see is when his arm was blown out and all he threw was curveballs and got everyone out. I don't think there'll be a better a situation in a game in a World Series to watch the performance that guy put on, man. That's for the ages. I put that up there with maybe not be as popular as Kirk Gibson, but definitely for Cub lore, that is something to show. And if they put that on TV and grade or something, I'd stop and watch it every single time. I remember that from Chapman. So that guy will go out there and throw every game. He doesn't care. But the reality is that whole bullpen's overworked. If you're really a bettor that likes to break up games, second half over in that one is easy money.
There you go from Jorge. Tell you what I think about this game. 2 that I'll look at in this spot. I can only look Cleveland run line here. Boyd allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 4 or 5 starts. Martin isn't too bad here, but the division when Chicago plays a division hitting just 218, they are now 7-22 to the run line over their past 29 games, losing 15.5 units. Mets and Toronto, competitive pitching matchup, but I'll look at the Mets in this one. I know Francis has been solid. Manaea has pitched well over his past 6, a whip of .83. It really comes down to the bullpen, New York bullpen in the better form. Jay's hitting 227 against these left-handers, dropping 18 of 31 against lefties, and they've not been good as a home dog at this price, 5-12. And then in the what do we got here? We got the Guardians. We said Mets and Blue Jays, Guardians. Yep, those are the games that I like in that slot. All right, let's continue on here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we get ready for the next series of games here from this Major League Baseball card. And the ones we'll be covering here will be Rangers, Dbacks, Rockies and Tigers, Rays and Phillies. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, and you're looking at Texas, Arizona. Arizona got the win yesterday, shutting out Texas. And Merrill Kelly on the bump for Arizona in this one. And you look, how's Merrill Kelly did? Well, he hasn't been the greatest pitcher going over his last 5, 2-3 with a 5.72 ERA. Last time out, he went 7 innings, got 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. So solid performance there. Didn't get enough run support. Giants beat him 3-2 in that one. The time before that, same thing. Another solid, half decent outing, went 5 innings. Did get rocked a little, gave up 10 hits, 4 earned runs. So he has got hit. He bounced back from his last game out against the Giants, but Giants bats, I don't trust the Giants bats. So Merrill Kelly here in this spot. Yeah. I think I might be leaning to Texas here in this one. Is you look at Texas with Cody Bradford on the mound. He's actually pitched pretty well over his last few starts. He went 6 innings last time out, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. Texas got the win 3-1 over the Angels. Previous 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs. And Texas got the win 3-2 against Oakland. So you know what? Arizona got the win yesterday, but I'm going to go with Texas and Cody Bradford here on the mound. I know this Texas bullpen usually is a trouble spot, but they've actually picked it up and playing not too bad over their last 10 games. You look at the Arizona bullpen, and they're sporting a 9 ERA over the last 10. Texas bullpen in better form. So give me the Texas Rangers there in that one. And Tampa Bay and Philly. You look at Philly. They definitely beat up on Tampa yesterday. And with Wheeler going on the mound, I think they mow him down again. it's just one of these things that looks like Tampa Bay, their bats have just cooled right off and struggling to score runs, 2 runs, 3 runs. And when you're not scoring enough runs against the Phillies, definitely equate to you not getting the win. So give me the Phillies in that one. Colorado and Detroit. I would lead to Detroit. Casey Mize on the mound, and he hasn't been too bad in his starts. And the Rockies just on the road. Oof, did they ever get whooped yesterday? It didn't even look like they got off the bus. That's the Colorado that I know on the road. So give me the Detroit on the run line. Detroit's quietly put themselves in position. They're only a couple games back of a wild card. Watch out. Detroit be coming. Yeah. Give me Detroit on the run line in that one.
Real quick promo, Rod, what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
And over at Tony's Picks, I've got my 10-star play of the day, 42 and 32 the last 74 on it. And then I also got a 5-pack, which includes that 10-star play of the day, plus WNBA play in there as well. So I don't know where to Tony's Picks and scoop it up. 5 and 3 yesterday. Best way to go is take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Pair me up with Tony, Jorge, and get double the cappers putting money into your pocket. We've both been hot, all been hot. So definitely head it over to Tony's Picks. Take advantage. That way you don't miss out on any of those late Steam plays that get emailed to you when we find something that's right close to game time. We like to put those in. Definitely, all of us love to put those in. So don't want to miss out on those late Steam plays. Get on something long term.
Get the long term. All right, Jorge. Take a look at these games here. Rangers, D-backs, Rockies, Tigers, Rays, Phillies.
I'll just throw it real quick. I do have a slight lean, might become a play on Francis. First 5 innings at Toronto. He's been on fire under 2 ERA over his last, 5 to 6, 7 starts. So forgot to throw that one in there. Texas, Arizona. Yeah, I'm kicking myself for going away from this one. Ace on the mound is just a gamer with the team hot bats. I mean, that's a run line situation all day, especially if they give you some value. Kick myself for that one, but not obviously Kelly's not an ace. Bradford's pitching decent, but Arizona's scoring a lot of runs. And in Texas, anytime Seager gets hot, the rest of the offense seems to go. So I'll take over 8.5 on Texas as a lean. A lean back to Philly. I can't argue that. Now you got an ace back on the mound with the team that's hitting a lot. Back to the run line, I guess. It's the only thing you can do for value. And it's okay with the Phillies. I mean, they're built for the playoffs. They have a lineup up and down that everybody can hit. Minus up run and a half there, plus 110. And yeah, I was looking at Detroit as well. Colorado, they historically haven't had much pitching. You never know who's going to show up pitching for them and what they're going to do. But they'll score some runs. And they haven't given it up. I mean, they're not as bad as the White Sox, but they're not going in the playoffs. Detroit's obviously got the attention of the odds makers, minus $1.85. I like the over in this one. Again, not pitching anywhere over 8.5 on there, Tony. And I'm going to have a short segment today. I do have a best bet going already on a total. I love doing the totals, and I got to go back and track my record on the total. That's been the majority of my wins, I believe. Not the majority, but more. Well, yeah, maybe the majority. I've been in the 50-plus category. So I have a best bet going there. Definitely always going to be working on the late steams with your packages, 2-for-1, 3-day, week, month, year. Sign up for the packages and get some alert to your phone, especially in this day and age. Hey, we put this up so early so everyone can see it throughout the day. But so much information comes out because of social media between this show and when the game kicks off. You're better off taking your dollars, putting it into a package 3 days or longer, and getting some updated information to your phone. It could be the difference between a winning and losing package.
That's right, guys. Get on board. Don't forget to use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all your packages. All right, Jorge, have a great day. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
All right. Have a great day, fellas.
Have a good day, Jorge.
Well, the games I like here, I like the over as well in Texas and Arizona. As we talked about, didn't go over yesterday, but Arizona's in this crazy over streak, 41-15 to the over, mainly because they hit the ball well at home and their bullpen just gets crushed. They not a very good bullpen in Arizona. Kelly is since his return to the rotation, ERA approaching 6. He's getting hurt by the home run ball. Rangers bullpen not in any good form as well. I'll go over in that one. And the other one I like, I'm going to play back here on the Phillies run line here. It really comes down to the bats right now. The Phillies over their past 17-300. The Rays just 229. I trust the Rays more at home than on the road. So I'll look at the Phillies run line in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the morning show. Someone asked the question, what happened to the Cubs? I know some of you couldn't stay up late. The Dodger bullpen gave up 5 runs in the 8th inning. That's how that 3-1 lead become a loss there. So some of you guys are waking up. If you had the Cubs, you're waking up to a winner like Rod did. So
yeah, I had the over, so I could not complain there. I was like, 3-1. I'm like, well, I think we're in trouble here. I think this is going to be finished this way. Dodgers looked like they had all the momentum, and nope, look what happened. that Dodgers bullpen imploded and gave up 5 in the 8th and lost 6-3.
Yep. That's the concern now heading into
big concern
weeks,
for
weeks
Dodgers,
rest of the season. Yeah, I mean that's
big concern. That's massive. If you're a bullpen, you can't close your games. Well, that's your biggest, most important key in playoff games. Is that guy coming in to close it out to get you that win?
It sure was. That was huge with what they gave up. All right, we'll get ready for the next series of games here. Braves, Nats, Royals, Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox.
Yeah, and you're looking at the Braves and the Nats, and did the Braves be like, hey, we're not going quietly into the night. We are going to smash Washington hard. It was like, ooh. I turned around and looked, and it was like 3-0, and then it just got out of hand real quick. Ooh, Washington didn't look good in that one. Max Fried on the mound for Atlanta in this one, and you know what? He actually hasn't been too bad. He hasn't given up more than 3 runs in his last 5 starts. So he's definitely turned it around because he was a little bit shaky there the end of July, beginning of August, where he was giving up 5 runs, 4 runs. He's definitely turned it around. Braves have got 2 wins in his last 3 and looked real good there. So expect a good solid start from Fried. And Irving on the mound, you know what? He hasn't been horrible at times. Did get roughed up his last 2. He was looking good, and then his last couple, he got roughed up 5 innings, 4 innings against Pittsburgh and the Cubs. There's those hot Cubs. Cubs crushed them for 8 hits, 7 earned runs. And then the Pirates last time out crushed them for 6. So what do you get from here? I think the Braves are definitely not going quietly into the night. So I got to go with the Braves on the run line in that one. I think they get to Irvin, as we've seen his last 2 starts haven't been good. And the Braves bats continue to stay hot. So give me the Braves in that one. And you know what? It looks like we're getting a zigzag here. Yankees lost yesterday. I'm going to go right back to the Yankees here. I'm not a Cole Ragans guy. You look at Cole Ragans and what do you get? You get a good start last time. I'll give it to him there. He went against the Twins, went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, no earned runs. And then the previous one before that, he went 5 innings and gave up 4 hits, 5 earned runs. He walked a couple guys, different situation, and you get yourself in trouble against Houston. He seems to win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Well, he won one last time out. Time for a loss here. Give me the Yankees and Gil on the mound. I think Gil on the mound. I think he has a good start. So he pitches is better at home. So Yankees are one of those bounce back teams. I think there's a streak of following a loss versus the Royals. They bounced back in 15 straight. Have the Yankees versus Kansas City. So I got to go with that trend that the Yankees bounce back in that one.
There we go.
And also Baltimore, Boston. Baltimore's same thing. One of those teams that bounce back. So with Nick Pivetta on the mound and Dean Kramer, I got to go with Boston here in that one. I know Nick Pivetta can definitely get blown up at times, but you look at his last couple starts, he hasn't been bad. He got 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, so definitely trying to turn things around against the White Sox in Detroit. So I like Boston to bounce back from yesterday's ugliness.
Yeah, from Ron. I'll tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, Atlanta has got to get serious now. I like them on the run line here against the Nats. Fried over his past 5 starts. Good ERA under 3. Whip of 1.02. Irvin over his past 7. He's been pounded. ERA over 7. The Braves bullpen, again, it's steady Eddie here. Over past 10 games, now an ERA of 1.15. I mean, they've just been shutting teams down. And, you look at the Braves on the road against the division. They're 14-8 to the run line. So I'll take them this spot in the run line against the Nats. Royals and Yankees. I'm going to go under 8.5. Royals bats are cold right now. Over their past 7, just 207. Yankees, they don't hit their best against the lefties. So I'll look at the under in that spot. Gil has put up some good numbers at home over his past 4 starts. At home has been solid. So I'll look at that. I'll look at the under there. Orioles and Red Sox. I'm going to come back again on this Baltimore team. Kremer over his past 5 starts, ERA under 3. You look at Pavetta's body of work over the past 7, and ERA approaching 6. And again, it's always that bullpen for the Red Sox you got to worry about. It's been like that since coming back from the All-Star break. Over their past 7, an ERA of 7.3. And I'll look here at Baltimore in that spot. All right, let's continue on here on our 26 morning show. We're joined by Rod. We're ready for the next series of games, and we will let you know the next games will be Angels and Twins, Reds and Cardinals, Athletics and Astros, Rod.
Yeah, and you look at in this one here, Reds and Cardinals. Ooh, Lance Lynn's making an appearance. We haven't seen him on the bump in a little bit, and he's had one of those up and down the years because he's had good starts and then he's had bad starts. Obviously, remember the start he went against the Nationals, 2.2 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 10 earned runs, 3 home runs. That's just been his issue. Even then, he's one of those guys that usually pitches. He gets in trouble with the walk, so we know he loves to have some guys on the base. He seems to he needs that to get up to pitch a little better. He needs to get some from the tank to pitch a little better because he always seems to have somebody on base. And then what's happened is that long ball's come to bite him in the butt, giving up 2 home runs, 1 home run, 3 home runs, 1 home run, 1 home run, and he hasn't pitched since July 30th versus Texas. Did look good in that one. Went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against Texas. So what do you expect here from Lance Lynn? I expect probably 4 or 5 innings at best. I don't see him rushing in and going 6-7 innings strong in that one. So the Reds just getting the win. So I have to go to lean to the Reds on that one. Just fading Lance Lynn with his return to the mound. I know the coin flip price. And you know what? This Brandon Williamson, that hits his 3rd start. He's been a starter, reliever. So what's he going to go? Maybe if they can get 3 innings, 4 innings out of this Brandon Williamson, I think they'll be happy with that as a Reds fan. That's what you're looking for. I think 3 solid innings from Brandon Williamson and then throw it to the pen is what you're looking for there. So I think they can do that and get that. Give me the Reds over the Cardinals.
There we go from Rod. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games here at this slot. Angels and Twins. I'm going to go ahead and take LA here at this big plus price. I know the Twins got their bats going, but they've not been a consistent team. They've been on a downtrend of late last 3 weeks. But Coco Noah's here. Let me just make sure he's still on there. I got to make sure he's still on there. Coco Noah's, Matthews, no change. Yep. Oh, he's up there today. So, I'm going to take the big plus money. You know, when you look at the Angels on the road against winning teams, a 500 team that's plus 9 unit return. Again, the Angel bullpen has been pitching well here over their past 10, an ERA of 2.23, Twins 5.5. Matthews just hammered in his 2 starts with 13 earned runs, 4 homers, and 7 innings. So I'll look at the Angels at the big fat plus price. Reds and Cardinals. I'll go ahead and take the plus price here with the Reds. You just never know what you're going to get from Lynn, right? You just never know. And the situation was, and you got that big plus. You got plus money. You got to go against him. Unfortunately, you know. And the thing with Lynn is the problem. You know, like we've talked about this. We had this conversation with Noah. Those big guys that look like football players could get hurt. So what was his issue was with the knee? You put all that weight on your knee when you pitch. You know, he's put on some weight, you know, since he's been in the league, and that's something you got to be concerned of is that knee issue that he has. So I'll look at the Reds in that spot. Oakland and Houston coming back again with that under. When you look at Oakland, they're 15-6, 2 and under when they face an AL starter with a WHIP of 1.30 or lower. And when the Astros play these AL teams that are low run producers, averaging 4.4 runs per game or fewer, the Astros have gone under in 38. They're 38-17 to the under in that spot. So I'll look at the under in that one. Estes in pretty good form. Brown in great form. So this points to me to an under in that one. And what do we got here? Angels, Twins, Reds. Oh, those we've got them all covered here in that slot. All right, let's continue on here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we get ready for the next series of games to close out baseball. Padres, Mariners, Brewers, Giants, Cubs, Dodgers again, Rod.
Yeah, Cubs and Dodgers again, and you look with Bobby Miller getting the start for the Dodgers here in this one, and Bobby Miller didn't look good last time out against the Angels. He gave up 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 home runs, 7 earned runs. He went 5 innings and got rocked. You look, Bobby Miller hasn't given up any less than 3 runs in his last 5 starts. So it comes to be chomping the bit, drooling, being seeing this guy on the mound. Going, yeah, here we come again. Yeah, you put Bobby Miller on the mound. And you look over at the Cubs, Jordan Wicks getting the start in this one. And you know what? He's definitely looked better than Miller. You look at Wicks; they just haven't given him enough run support. His last 4, he has given up 3 earned runs, 1 earned run, 1 earned run. So 5 earned runs in his last 4 starts, but only got 1 win. Where the Cubs bashed Washington and gave him plenty of run support. He lost 3-0, 3-0, and 4-3. The 3 before that, he got plenty of run support. And the way the Cubs are bashing, got to go back to the Cubs. Give me the Cubs for the sweep in that one. And another one of this time. Look, I got a pitcher's duel in our hand. Brewers and Snell back on the mound for the Giants. He's been a bright spot for the Giants all season long. Surprised they didn't try to unload Snell at the deadline.
No.
So you know what they did, and pick up
some he's out and out. And he just said he was out. Yeah, why would you say that? I mean, why would you say something like that?
Yeah,
you're gonna jinx yourself. You jinx yourself
exactly. Yeah, totally jinx themselves. So the team's won his 7 of his last 8 starts. He hasn't given up more than 3 runs once in the last 10. He's been Mr. Lights Out as Blake Snell. I'm really surprised they didn't move at the deadline. Well, yeah. That never surprised me. Someone would have totally scooped him up and been happy to have. Dodgers definitely looking for a starter. Would have scooped him up. So I'm surprised there. And Colin Ray on the other side of the bump definitely been a bright spot for the Brewers as well. A little bit lately, 2 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs. Only going 4 innings. So for me in that one, I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going to take the Giants on the run line. I think they get to the Brewers, and I think Snell does Snell things and just mows it down. Speaking of Snell, it must be is it a contract year? Is that why he's picked it up? Because, man, does he look like lights out the ace for the Giants for sure. I'm really surprised they didn't move at the deadline.
Yeah, he has a player option. So he can opt out. And he just said he's going to opt out. So he's telling himself.
Yeah, right?
Didn't he learn from Crochet? You know, when you jinx, that's called jinxing yourself. You don't put that out there. That's the problem.
That's the problem, big time. So,
don't put that out there. Let your agent talk to the other guys. You don't need to be out there telling people you're opting out.
That's why you have an agent. That's why you pay that guy, so you don't have to do that stuff.
I don't know. All right. In this one between King and Wu, it looks like a pitching duel, but I'm going to take the Padres again in this one. It really comes down to the bats. I know Jorge made a case here with the coaching change, but still Seattle has to show me they can hit at home. 207 home. I know they hit a lot and it was over on the road. The Padres have just been bashing on the road, 278. And when they're at this coin flip price, the Padres 22-13 on the road when they're lined at that plus 125 to minus 125 price range. I'll take the Padres here. Brewers and Giants, I agree with you, Rod. This is a pitcher's duel here. Colin Ray, ups and downs, but there's the Brewers bullpen's just been sick here over the past 10 games. An ERA of 0.63. It's just amazing. Giants bullpen is actually doing well here. I haven't seen the Submariner on any of the highlights shows, so maybe they're learning their lesson with that guy. ERA under 3 here for the Giants, past 7, and both teams aren't hitting. Another case there for the under in that spot. Cubs and Dodgers going to have to go with the Cubbies again because when it's Miller time, that means it's bullpen time. That's what it means. So that means you're going to see a lot of bullpen. Miller over his past 5 games, an ERA near 10, and he's getting hammered by the homer. And again, the Cubs with an interesting number here. When the Cubs are dogs of let's see, were they dogs at this plus 150 price? Yeah, a few places have them a plus 150 or higher. They're 8-2, returning 11 units, so they've been pretty good as a dog. I know Wicks returns to the rotation. He's 4 runs, 4 walks in 10 innings, but not as bad as Miller. That's the issue. So again, the bullpen's going to see a lot of work today with Miller on the mound, and that's not what you want to see. That's not what you want to see the way things are going in LA right now. So I'll look at the Cubbies again at that big plus price. All right, we've got you through to the baseball. Now it's time to turn our attention to the W. We got some action in the W. Winding down. Some teams have like 4 games left, so we're winding down this WNBA season. Ryan, I know we're talking WNBA, but you also have some videos up there from the WNBA as well up on Tony Spick's YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely go check out the archive videos. I've got all 3 of these games covered. I got you covered all the rest of the season on the W over at Tony's Picks. So definitely I'll have a video covered on all those games as we're winding down. 19th, 8 days left in the W. A couple of those are off days, so basically 6 days left of the WNBA action. Some good action we seen last night in the games, and No doubt we got big, huge. The one I'm looking at here is you look at the Washington Mystics taking on the Chicago Sky. This has got huge playoff implications. The Sky are holding down that 8th playoff spot right now, while the Mystics hot on their heels, trying to catch the Sky in that one. It opened at 2.5, so we know we've seen some money come on this Washington Mystics team, and with good reason. I know the Sky came out last time, and they got themselves a win after the announcement of Reese being out for the rest of the season for the Sky. This Mystics team definitely a scrappy bunch. You look, they're 7-0 ATS their last 7. Whereas a team with a losing straight up record. This is almost at a coin flip. It's at a 1. Basically a +1 for the Mystics. Basically a coin flip. Sky, you look, following a straight up win, 2-8 ATS their last 10, following a straight up win. 3-10 ATS their last 13, following an ATS win. And the Mystics, they've won the last 2 meetings head to head. I lean to an under. I think we get a slower paced one with no Reese in there for the Sky in this one. But I got to go with the Mystics. This is one of those ones that the Mystics must have. If the Mystics don't win this, you might as well just eliminate them right from playoff contention because they'll just be too far back. I believe they're a couple games back with the Sky. They dropped 3 games back with only 3 or 4 games remaining. That's too much of a tough task to ask there. And the other one in the spot, you look, Seattle taking on the Sparks. And you know what? I'm going to take the Sparks in the 11.5 points that you're giving us. I know they got pants and got whooped last night by the Suns by 20 in that one last night. But what we've seen from the Sparks is that in the second half of back-to-back, for some reason, they step up in this spot. They are 3-0-1 ATS, their last 4 spots in the back-to-back where they've covered. So getting 11.5, I think they really didn't put a whole lot of effort into that Suns game. They tried. Give them A for effort in that first half. They tried, but the Suns were just too much, and you could see that they just eased off, and the Suns just cruised away to the win. I think in the first, because it was a back-to-back between those two, the first one, the Sparks gave all the effort, and they tried, but the Suns came out in that fourth quarter and scored 24-9. The last game out, not so good. Sparks, I love their chances here with 11. You know, Seattle on the road, awful on the road is Seattle. I know they were probably sitting in the stands watching that game last night, wait for this game today, but I got to take the Sparks plus the 11.5.
There we go from Ron. The one game I like here in the W, Aces and Fever. I'm going to go under in this game. You know, you look at the Aces that since coming back from the break, holding teams just over 99 points for 100 possessions. They've been playing at a relatively slow pace. And, you know, when you see when your team, a veteran team like the Aces, and you see the Fever coming into town, you put on the brakes and you put on the defense. You try to keep that pace low so you can contain Caitlin Clark. You don't want a fast pace with Caitlin out there. Trust me, you're going to pay for it because he'll find the space on the court. You gotta muck it up. That's really what you got to do. I'm not saying play dirty. I'm just basically saying just slow the pace down and make sure you're kind of more defensive minded. You're not looking for the Fever to really get on that on transition. You want them to walk the ball up the court as much as possible because let me tell you, man, your open court, you've got space and you've got Caitlin out there, you're in trouble. So I think the Aces try to put on the brakes in this game, and that's how I look at that one. All right, we got you through here. The both MLB.
I think Asia Wilson. I think Asia Wilson does play in that one. When I'm looking at the early reports that are coming in on Asia Wilson, because she didn't play last time out, and that was the biggest concern in that game. I think she plays. I think the fans want to see Asia Wilson versus Caitlin Clark, and I think they get their wish. So far, the early report is Asia Wilson's not on that injury report, so indications that she is going to play in that game. So should be a good one.
Should be a good one there. That'll be a good one here. Aces and Fever. Will we call it a championship? I don't know because I think the Raw thinks the Sun and they're going to go to the finals there. Sun and the and Liberty.
That could be a second round matchup or a first round matchup. Yeah, because you look, the Aces are down in the standings, right? So they're sitting in. Actually, the Fever are sitting in 4th, and the Aces are in 5th, if I'm not mistaken, right now. Because you got the Liberty at 1st, the Lynx and the Sun are battling for that second spot, and then who's in 4th? I think it's the Fever, if I'm not mistaken.
The Fever, since coming back from the Olympic break, the Fever 8-2. They're number 1 in offensive efficiency. The fastest.
The Aces are in that 4th spot. And then Fever in the 5th spot. That's what it is. Ooh. So those two are heading on to the first round. It could be Aces versus Fever first round matchup. That would
be something to see. Yep, that's right. And of course, they're playing at the fast pace there. This Fever right now, so we'll see how that rolls. And they've just been 8-2. I think what got the Fever early was that crazy schedule. They were playing almost every other night. They got screwed by the scheduling, right?
Yeah, and no time to warm up or get acclimatized to each players and how they did and get to. And they started to gel. They just seemed to get better and better as the season went on. The Fever, watch out! They're one of those. Nobody wants to play the Fever, definitely. And it looks like the Aces might end up having to face them. The way it's going.
I know the conspiracies are going to be out there when we get to the playoffs and the whistles, right? The farther Fever goes in the playoffs, the more ratings they get. So that's going to be a huge discussion, I think, come playoff time, Rod.
Huge. Knocking off the defending champs in round one. Woo! That sent the WNBA on its head into a tailspin.
That will be a nice way to start the play. I think you need a matchup like that to start the playoffs. I think
to start the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I know. Oh, it would be great for later in the playoff. I think you start off like that to get the people's attention. Is what you want to do.
I'm excited for the WNBA playoffs. I ain't gonna lie. Normally, it's just like, okay, here we go. Let's just get the Liberty versus the Aces. Let's just come on. Let's just get this going. Why are we playing this other fluff game if we don't need them? Now we need them. These days we got teams that can play, and we're seeing some great hoops because of it. I'm excited for where the WNBA has come over the last few seasons, because there were some struggling seasons. We were covering the WNBA, and it was like, ooh. We have two teams that are playing good, and the rest are like, ooh, these are awful. And now we've got 4, 5, 6 teams that are solid WNBA teams. I love it.
Yep, we certainly do. All right, Rod, we got through all the sports. Before we get to Parlay Peripherals, Rod, let everybody know what you have going over at Tony's Picks.
And over at Tony's Picks, I got my 10-star play of the day, 42 and 32 on it, the last 74. So definitely scoop it up, or it's included in my 5-pack. I got 5-pack in the MLB, and then I've got 1 pack with the 4 MLB, 1 WNBA. So definitely head on over to Tony's Picks and scoop it up. Your best deal is to grab something long term. I'm not serious about adding money to your bankroll. As you've seen, we've had a great month. So definitely long term is the way to go. We don't miss out on any of the plays that I release over at Tony's Picks. Don't forget the Tony T and checkout. Stay 50% off.
That's right. I got a best bet on the board as well tonight, as well as a multi-pack come out before no day, guys. Get on board with my plays over at Tony's Picks. The long-term path, that 7-day pass, got you covered for the NFL and college football for this week. A lot of the baseball as well, all for 7 days in the 2-for-1 cap promotion matchup. Rod and I. That's a great way to roll. All right, let's get down to the Parlay Peripheral segment. Rod, what do you got?
And for me, I'm going to go with the over in the Marlins and Pittsburgh as the first leg. Second leg, we're going to go with the Phillies on the run line over Tampa. And last but definitely not least, we're going to go with the Cubs to sweep the Dodgers. Little 3-teamer there for you.
3-teamer there. The 3-teamer I have for you is Phillies run line with the Pods and with the Brewers Giants under. That'll be the 3-teamer I have for you there from today's card for Major League Baseball for Wednesday. All right, Rob, before we close it out, any closing thoughts?
I don't know. I can't wait for the Civil War. It should be a good one. I'm excited this weekend. Big Civil War matchup between Oregon and Oregon State. And, Oregon hasn't looked as good as what people have been talking about Oregon this season. And Oregon State has been a scrappy bunch, as much as somebody said, where I've read and looked that they were going to fall off the map. Well, they haven't fallen off the map like people have thought. And you're getting, 16.5 points here? Give me the Beavers in that one, plus the points against Oregon. I think the Oregon that's always a battle, the Civil War head-to-head. Oregon and the Beavers have won it the last two seasons, so they've definitely owned that title. So I think I got to go right back to Oregon State. Too many points in a rivalry matchup there. Little bonus play for everybody.
All right, one I like here, I'll throw one from college. Looking at the heavily yesterday and today in college football. Oh, there's a couple here that I'm going to lean on. I'm going to look here at South Carolina plus the 7 at home against LSU. South Carolina, that was an impressive win against Kentucky. Kentucky has 19 returning starters, and they just absolutely pounded the Wildcats last week. Pounded them. LSU still issue with the defense. And the quarterback still in question mark here. Now this is a true road game for LSU. That was a neutral site game against the Trojans, and we'll see how that rolls. But I'll take the 7 in that spot. I think we've got a close one there between LSU and Sign. And we know LSU is going to be fighting because of that loss. That Kelly's been pounding the desk there, Rod. He's been pounding the desk.
Oh, we know he's bad. Kelly's been mad. They've been running drills and working him hard. That's what Chip Kelly does. He gets them working especially after a loss. He doesn't like to lose. Definitely one of those coaches that doesn't like to lose. Been a tough week for LSU players, definitely.
Yeah.
Two-a-day drills for everybody today. That's what we're doing this week. You don't like it? That's too bad. You guys looked awful in that first game. That was awful last night.
Yep. NBA is looking to take care of expansion this week. So that's the news right now from the NBA. So 2 cities may be named for new locations, Rod, in the NBA.
Well, we're going to get one back in Seattle.
Well, Seattle and Vegas are the 2 favorites, it looks like.
Yeah, I think you got to put one back in Seattle. What do they call them, the Supersonics? I don't know.
Supersonics.
Yeah, go right back to the Seattle Supersonics. Love the Seattle Supersonics. And of course Vegas. Vegas needs a basketball team.
Yeah, I like the song Supersonic anyway. They got to bring that song back, Supersonic.
The Supersonic song, right?
Yeah, Supersonic. Bring Supersonic. I like it. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna do it here for our morning show. Back again tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern time with the full rundown of the card. Well, actually tomorrow we'll have NFL. We'll actually have a single from college football and a baseball card. Looks like an 8-game card from Major Baseball. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get these comments on this StreamYard, but we'll be getting some cappers in here. Been talking to some of them. I don't know what happened to Bo. Bo confirmed what you mean last night. That's why I got the link out early, and we'll see what's the story here. Let me see if he responded to me. Let's see what Bo says here. Oh, I don't think he understands the time. I think he's off with his time frame. But anyway, all right. And that's going to do it, guys. Anyway, goodbye to guys. You guys make it a great morning, afternoon, evening, and winning one. And we'll talk with you again here tomorrow on the 20 Speaks Morning Show. I said, Bo says,